Something that always intrigues me with the hospitality and experience industry is the premium they put on potential lost customers. They constantly innovate and refine their processes because they understand the real cost of a mistake. For them, it's not about assigning blame if a chair is wobbly. It's about recognizing that a lapse in the system allowed that chair to become wobbly in the first place. In other words, the wobbly chair is just a symptom of a deeper issue, a bug missed by quality assurance. And because the experience itself is their product, any oversight that leads to a customer's dissatisfaction is a huge deal. In a top-tier hotel or high-end restaurant, the experience or ambiance creation is essentially real-time DevOps, where everyone on the floor, from the hostess to the chef, is continuously monitoring, iterating, and adjusting to ensure that your visit meets or exceeds the expectations set by their marketing. After all, the food or the hotel room is just part of the package. The real product is how you feel from the moment you make a reservation or see an ad, all the way through to the time you walk out the door. This pre- and post-experience is also critical in hospitality. It's not just the in-the-moment service, it's how you've built up the brand image in the customer's mind beforehand, and how you reinforce it afterward. If a local Italian restaurant is marketing itself as the most authentic spot in town, they'll want to make sure that from the time you hear about them to the second you bite into their pasta, you're seeing that promise come to life. The slope of experience. This marriage of marketing and product engineering is critical. The marketing creates a perception of the restaurant, potentially creating a point A in their minds. With some incentive, utility or desire-led marketing, they push this point across a straight line. The DevOps, in this case, the whole staff of the restaurant work in tandem to create the perfect product, experience for the customer so that it either matches or exceeds the perception. Point A. This is point B. In two dimensions, you want this line to be pointed up, which means that point B should be equal to or higher than point A. If it's not, the line would point down, which is bad for business. In maths terms, you want the slope of experience to be positive and not negative. This principle translates perfectly to tech. A fancy campaign that promises a revolutionary product is great, right up until the product doesn't match the hype, and users feel let down. The cost of mistakes, and why hospitality won't let them slide. Hospitality folks know that a single bad review or disgruntled customer can ripple through social media, word of mouth, and review sites, eroding trust. That's why a housekeeping slip or a kitchen miscommunication sparks immediate action. Rather than simply apologizing, they go deeper. Did the housekeeping staff miss a step in their standardized checklist? Was the fridge temperature off during food prep? They address the issue at its root so it doesn't show up again 2 weeks later. In tech, you often see bugs or customer complaints sitting in a backlog for ages, waiting until someone deems them mission critical. The hospitality model says you jump on that bug right away, fix it, and also figure out why your dev team missed it. If you don't, you're basically letting wobbly chairs run wild in your users' day-to-day product experience. Marketing plus product as one team. It's no coincidence that high-end hotels and restaurants coordinate everything, from the decor and lighting to the staff uniforms, to ensure the overall vibe matches their marketing message. When you step into a hotel that's been advertised as a tranquil wellness retreat, you're greeted with cool-scented towels, soft music, and a refreshing drink. Marketing sets the tone and expectation. The on-ground teams make sure reality lines up with those promises. In tech, this should be no different. Marketing builds up excitement for a product launch, stating how it's going to solve certain pain points or deliver a next-level user experience. The product or engineering team must be fully in the loop, aligning release timelines, QA readiness, and the actual feature set with what marketing is putting out into the world. If there's a disconnect, say marketing promises a feature that's still months away from completion, users feel tricked or let down. The slope of experience dips negative, which can be tough to recover from. Urgency of zero tolerance. A big lesson from hospitality is their sense of urgency. In a restaurant, if a customer complains that the table is sticky, you won't see the manager saying, "We'll wipe it down in the next version of the dining room." It gets cleaned immediately, or the table is switched out. Now obviously code fixes are more complicated than wiping a table. But the principle stands. You don't leave negative experiences hanging around for days or weeks, let alone months. You prioritize them, fix them, and improve the underlying process so the error doesn't happen again. In many tech organizations, it's easy to push small issues aside, especially if they're not showstoppers. But remember, that small issue might be the tipping point for a user to abandon your product for a competitor who doesn't have wobbly chairs. Standardization and replicability. Have you noticed how hotels under the same brand often have a familiar layout and service standards, whether you're in Hong Kong or Paris? This replicability ensures that no matter where you go, you feel the brand's signature style. This standardization also makes training staff easier and reduces the chance of random slip-ups. For tech companies, the lesson is to invest in good process design, from code reviews and automated testing to consistent branding and design guidelines. Rather than stifling creativity, these standardized frameworks free up your team to focus on true innovation, much like a hotel staff who can focus on delighting you with little unexpected touches because the basics are always handled. If marketing sets the stage, point A, and the product or service is delivered by a real-time DevOps team, point B, you want that line to be flat or pointing up, a positive slope that at least meets if not exceeds the promise. You achieve this by root cause approach. Fix the bug, the wobbly chair, but also figure out why the process allowed it in the first place. Marketing product alignment. Keep the brand promise realistic and ensure you can deliver on it. No silos. Just like a hotel's front desk and kitchen coordinate in real time, your sales, marketing, and engineering teams should share updates and concerns daily. Standardization. Set up frameworks and protocols so you can replicate success and avoid repeated errors. Zero tolerance for poor experience. Adopt the hospitality mindset of, this has to be fixed right now, rather than we'll get to it someday. Side note: vertical bar. Have you seen the multi-award-winning show The Bear? If you've seen the show The Bear, you'll notice it's all about the chaos and constant hustle of running a small restaurant. Every minute problem, from a missed order ticket to an overcooked dish, becomes a catalyst for high-stress, real-time troubleshooting. This frantic environment isn't just drama for the sake of TV. It reveals how split-second decisions and immediate fixes are essential in preserving the customer's overall experience and the restaurant's reputation. A single stumble in service, if not addressed quickly, can unravel the entire operation, and that's exactly the kind of urgency and process reliance we're talking about here. Although the show portrays a heightened reality, it underscores the critical takeaway. In hospitality, mistakes are never just mistakes. They're threats to trust that must be caught and resolved on the spot, ideally before the guest even senses something's off.